How you doing? How are you, Connor? Our man hit two midfielders were Jundy and our man took. No, he wasn't even thrown in. They were just getting ready to get thrown. He took him. And referee Constant gets the game underway, and the rain just comes on as Michael Bradley sends the ball up round into his forwards. First react there is Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson round comes inside, gets the ball onto his left hand side, appeared to be fouled there, and the referee has a word of free. So very incisive action from Johns there inside the first minute. A bit of an altercation there between the two midfielders, but referee decides to let the game go ahead. Free to be taken, and Kieran Johnson taps it over the bar. St John's race into an early lead here within the first minute, 38 seconds on the clock. Ball wet pucked out by Conor McAllister, comes up round his midfield, it's blocked down by Declan Craig and through to Kieran Johnson. Kieran sends it up in towards his forwards. Sean McKillop coming out with the ball. Dom Delarrick is underneath it there but can't get it cleared, and it's St John's in the early running here in the early stages, and Connor Johnson sends the ball over the bar. 2 quick points there by St John's, all within the side of the first 1.5 minutes. And I think whatever wind advantage is in it, St John's have it at the moment, but they're making good use of it here in the early stages. Underneath it there's Kevin McKillop, but the ball breaks. First react is Andy McGowan. Andy McGowan sends the ball up the wing. Underneath it there, it's well claimed by Sean McKillop. Sean McKillop come out on the left hand side, but the St John's players are in hot pursuit, not given much time. Falls to Andy McGowan. Onto it there's Ronan McGrady, but that's picked up well by Cahir McNaughton. Cahir sends it up the pitch, and coming onto it's Andrew Delargy, but that's well taken there by Luke Peden. Luke Peden's momentarily held up by the Cushendall forwards, but St John's struggling to get the ball away here. Cushendall applying a lot of pressure forwards the first time they've seen the ball. Good nick away there by Owen Laverty, gets the ball as far as Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady sends a great ball in around the square. Underneath it there is Sean McAfee. Sean can't get to it, but he gets a touch on it, but St John's has depth and strength there and were able to clear the ball. The ball comes out as far as Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady gets a hand to it, but only succeeds in breaking it down there to St John's defender. Sends the ball up around again into the forwards. First react there is Connor Johnson. Sean McKillop's obviously gets the ball back to Kieran Johnson. Looking up, sends the ball in. He had an opportunity there to play it inside to Lockie McCurdy, but didn't take it, and the ball goes harmlessly wide. Quick puck out by Conor McAllister, sends it up towards Owen Laverty. Owen Laverty misses with the first touch, but at the second chance has it. Looks inside, well met there, but plays it off his right hand side up in towards that well taken there. Good turn by the Cushendall forward. That's Martin McAfee. There was some doubt about Martin before, and Martin has won a free for his team. Close in. So well done, Martin McPhee. He had a hand injury and there was some debate as to whether or not he'd start, but start he does, and he's earned his team the first opportunity here to score. And up will step ace marksman Owen Laverty. Slight drizzle and quite a healthy wind advantage for St John's here in the first half. Owen Laverty left strikes and securely sends the ball over the bar to record his team's first score. Scoreline after 3.5 minutes: Rory Oak 1 point, Niamh Owen, St John's 2 points. Nugent with the puck out for St John's. Great puck out here in front of the stand. Sends the ball down. The Cushendall players the first to react. Onto it comes Paddy McNaughton, but can't get a stick to it. Again, the ball's played forward there. That's well lifted by Ronan McGrady, but blocked down again by Jude White. But the ball comes off Jude's stick and out over the sideline. It'll be a sideline to Cushendall to be taken by Paddy McNaughton. Not a good sideline from Paddy, but it goes as far as Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady plays it back. Paddy has a second opportunity this time. Launches a much better ball in towards Sean McAfee. Sean McAfee does well, but the ball loses out then. Two players got mixed up. Good interception there by Cushendall. Onto it comes Paddy Blinny. Hits the ball first time in the ground. Great ball up into Martin McPhee's corner. But it's the question as Martin can keep it and play it. Actually goes out over the sideline. It'll be a sideline to St. John's. Well, it took Cushendall a while to settle, but settle they have, and now given as good as they get here in the early stages of this first half. Sideline looks like it's going to be taken by Donald Cregan, going all the way back into the corner back position. They're looking to leave their pressure off his full back line here. Looks up, good sideline from him out. But Cushendall players in strength there, and it comes to Owen Laverty. Owen missed his first touch again, looks up, says the ball back towards Paddy McNaughton around the middle of the field. Paddy McNaughton steps inside, goes on a run, steps inside again, looked to be impeded there, but he clears the ball out towards Ronan McGrady. That's well taken by Ronan McGrady. Ronan launches the ball high in the air, but unfortunately for Cushendall, right of the upright and wide. A good play from Cushendall there, used their heads, used their intelligence, worked the ball forward, put Ronan into a scoring position, but unfortunately his shooting let him down at the final moment and the important moment. Ball out round, Dan Kinney's underneath it there, ball breaks through, again Paddy McNaughton comes on to it, does well, but it's taken away from him there by Jude White. Jude White plays the ball out towards corner forward here, Fergal Morgan. Fergal Morgan comes on to the ball, looks to go around this man, turns outside onto his left hand side, plays the back towards Andy McGowan. Andy McGowan looks up, and that's a good point. That's good play from St. John's, good play by Morgan and by Andy McGowan there, linking up well. Intelligent play. Andy McGowan looking onto the post, sends it straight over the bar. 3 plays 1. St. John's forwards showing that they're not wasting any opportunities here. Great puck out again from Conor McAllister. Way out round the middle of the field. Paddy Blinny's onto it, comes onto it, looks up, sends a great ball in towards his corner forward. That's a great ball. First reactor across there is Sean McPhee. Brilliant pick up from Sean McPhee. Goes round his man, coming inside. St. John's defenders lost the stick. Breaks the ball through there. That was hard luck. Brother Martin just wasn't able to take it. It was slightly behind him. And out comes St. John's clearing their line. Luke Peden, but Luke Peden loses the ball. Cushendall forwards running, working really well here. Ball's played, but that's well broken down by St. John's. Ball comes towards Colin Morgan. Colin Morgan plays it up. And behind there is Paddy McNaughton playing centre half, and a good game shown very well here in the early stages. Goes past 2 different St. John's players, looks up, sends the ball high into the square. That's a dangerous looking ball. Underneath it is Cahill McNaughton. Cahill gets the ball back through, comes to Sean McPhee. Sean McPhee looks up, but unfortunately for Sean off his left hand side and sends it wide. But Cushendall forwards looking quite lively here. Shooting perhaps not at the first order. That ball's broken through, comes to Dominic DeLargy. Dominic can't get a stick onto it. Donald McGrady still there, looking up, and pressure there onto Jude White from Dominic. Ball breaks through, Eamon Haggerty loses the flight of the ball momentarily there. Looks inside, tries to pick out a player. Good touch, comes to Andy McGowan. Andy McGowan looks around, sends a ball in, but that's tapped over the bar. Good play from the midfielder again. 4-1. And Conor McAllister probably did the right thing there, just tapping the ball over the bar because it's wet and slippery, and he didn't take any chances and put it out over the top. 4 plays 1. 8 minutes gone here in the first half. Ball breaks underneath, ball breaks down, comes through underneath Cahir McNaughton, but Cahir can only put the ball out over the sideline. Jude White to take the sideline for St. John's. Again, have to be very careful. Ball has to be inside the line now for sidelines. Jude White looks up, sends a great ball across the square, but first to react there is Paddy McNaughton, but loses it. The ball breaks instead to Kieran Johnson. Kieran Johnson, living off the scraps, very quickly dispatches the ball over the bar to extend St. John's lead to 4 points. 5 plays 1. almost 9 minutes gone here, but certainly the St. John's forwards look very sharp indeed. Any chances they get, they're taking them well. But goalkeeper McAllister's playing the ball well. Gavin McKillop there holding the ball, puts it through. Ball comes to Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady loses the ball. Good play there by Colin Morgan. sends the ball in towards Lockie McCurdy. Lockie McCurdy trying to get onto the ball. Good pressure there by Dan Kenny. And out comes Dan Kenny's coming out with it. Sorry, that was Conor Grant applied the pressure there. Great pressure. Ball's played inside. Eamon Haggerty has to react. Does. First time's the ball out, but the ball comes towards Kieran Johnson. That's well taken away from him by Dan Kenny. Dan Kenny looks to lift the ball here, but he's under pressure from two St. John's. But Dan Kenny comes out, does well to get the ball further up the pitch. Comes to Owen Laverty. Owen pulls on the ball. Ball comes through. Working there hard for at the moment is the Cushendall midfield. Paddy Blaney and Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady gets the ball, but I think the referee says there was a foul there. And I think the foul was been awarded to St. John's. Looks like the pass wasn't to the referee's total satisfaction, and I think he's indicating it's a throw. So an opportunity for St. John's to extend their lead even further. We have rain at the moment, and the wind certainly in St. John's favour. Lights are on here. We have darkness, or a dark evening, overcast, and again great free taken from St. John's. Kieran Johnson sends the ball over the bar. Niamh Owen, St. John's, 6 points. Rory Ogue, 1 point. 10 minutes gone. 1/3 of the first half has elapsed. Conor McAllister, not for the first time here in the first 10 minutes, takes the puck out, sends it high underneath the stand here. First to react is the St. John's defender. Ball breaks through. Martin McField, now the third midfielder. Ball comes through to Paddy McNaughton. Paddy McNaughton sends a great ball diagonally across up towards Don Delargy. Don Delargy now playing a deeper role. Sends the ball in. Gets great ball in towards Andrew Delargy. Andrew can't get to it. First to react is Luke Peden, but Andrew's back in there fighting hard for it. Sends inside, looks up, loses the ball. Great pressure there, but the ball comes out towards Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady looks up, sends the ball in, and sends the ball over the bar. Good score from Ronan McGrady. It also has to be said, good play from Dominic Delargy and from Andrew Delargy there. And gaining possession, then winning possession back, and Ronan McGrady dispatches the ball very nicely over the bar. 6 points plays 2 points in St. John's favour. Again, Martin McPhee's definitely out. Dominic Delargy has now gone in playing in the forwards. So that's a direct switch by Cushendall Venters there. Good block down by Cahir McNaughton there. Great block on Luke Peden. It's amazing we having the ball to come in quicker. Seamus McGinty's had to go and fetch the ball from behind the fence. Cushendall is certainly playing against the one, will be in no hurry to get the ball back again, but can't believe that St. John's didn't put the ball in earlier. This to be taken by Martin McPhee, who's playing further out now. Sends a great ball across towards Dominic Delargy. Dom's reveling in this new position. Again, first the ball, lifts it up, sends a great ball in towards his forwards, but that's well cut out by Christopher McCullough. Sends the ball up. First to react there is Ronan McGrady, but loses the ball, and the ball comes through to Jude White, but he's well blocked there by Paddy Blaney. The ball goes towards Michael Bradley. Michael Bradley looks up, sends the ball across, but first to react there is Sean McKillop. Sean McKillop does well, almost lost the ball there, but did enough to take it back out with him. Reacts, uses his speed, looks inside, sends a high ball up in the air towards Dan Kenny. That's well broken down by the St. John's player there, flicks a nice ball through, but out there to meet it's Conor Grant, does a nice bit of tidying up there, corner off his left hand side, but it breaks towards Kieran Johnson. But the Cushendall backs are working manfully here to get the ball out, and as Dan Kenny was coming out with the ball there, he was fouled unceremoniously by the St. John's forward, and it's Cushendall's free out. Conor McAllister summoned from goals to take this free. Rain still falling. Conor lifts. Great strike from Conor. Sends the ball way up. First to react there was Kevin McKillop. Had the ball and then lost it, but St. John's struggling to get it cleared at the moment. Can't get it cleared fully. The ball comes towards Andy McGowan. Andy McGowan sends it up, but only as far as Martin McPhee, and Martin McPhee certainly made a difference since he's come out around the middle of the field. That was a good move by Cushendall. Ball breaks towards Dominic Delargy. Don Delargy had more time there, should have done better. As so far he's done really well with the ball that he's got. Ball breaks to Owen Laverty. Owen Laverty's forced out on his right hand side, sends the ball in and sends the ball over the bar. Great score from Owen Laverty from a very acute angle. Score now, Niamh Owen, St John's 6 points, Rory Ogue 3 points, 3 points the difference, and 14 and a half minutes gone here in the first half. Cushendall having weathered the early storm when it looked that St John's were racing in perhaps to an unassailable lead, but Cushendall has steadied the ship and certainly making their way back into this game. Padraig Nugent with the puck out for St John's. Great puck out, sends it away out, favouring this right hand side. Ball breaks down, but Martin McPhee's the man to react again. Gets it up as far as Cahir McNaughton. Great skill from Cahir McNaughton on his left hand side, sends the ball up there. Conal Morgan reacts for St John's. That come off the Cushendall stick, but Cushendall are getting the sideline. Certainly thought that come off Kevin McKillop's stick, but the linesman has indicated it is a Cushendall ball. And this to be taken by the man that set it up, Cahir McNaughton. Cahir playing left wing 3/4 tonight. Man in a hurry. Sends a great ball across the square. That's a lovely ball, but St John's had it, Declan Cregan, but then lost it. Gets the ball out. Donald Best trips over himself. Ball goes, and that looked to be a foul there. And whether intentional or not, the referee has indicated that's a free into Cushendall for a chance for them to eat in further into the St John's lead. Declan Cregan had a chance there to clear it for St John's, but delayed, and again good pressure from the Cushendall forwards. And Owen Laverty composes himself, wipes the stick, wipes the ball, trying to make everything as dry as possible. Lifts and sends it straight over the bar. 6 plays 4, and it looks like St John's are wasting no time here. Looks like number 19 for St John's is going to make his way onto the team here. That'll be Conor Gallagher. Conor warming up and looks like a man on a mission. Dan Kinney does really well again out at right half back. Loses the ball, but it comes to Paddy McNaughton. Dan made a bit of a dummy run there. St John's players allowed Paddy McNaughton to go surging up the field. Plays the ball out to cousin Cahir McNaughton. Cahir McNaughton looks up, sends a great ball in around the square. Sean McPhee turns. Ball breaks towards Dominic. Dominic lifts the ball, steps inside, looks up and sends the ball over the bar. Well done, Delargy, really reveling as corner forward. Master stroke there from the two McKillop men along the sideline. Sends the ball over the bar, and from 5 points down, Cushendall now only 1 point down. The clock saying there's 17 minutes gone here in the first half, and St John's look to be about ready to make a substitution. And Antrim Mulvanna looks like to be the man that's going to be subbed here. Antrim Mulvanna's gone and Conor Gallagher's on. So Don Delargy certainly has done his job in there at corner forward. Ball again around the middle of the field. Everybody misses it, but the ball comes to Eamon Haggerty. Eamon Haggerty gets the ball at the second bite, looking up, trying to get a ball, can't get it through. Comes to Cahir McNaughton. Cahir McNaughton can't get it away, but the ball breaks through there to Ronan McGrady. Ronan really should have done better. Dan Kinney does really well, gets the ball up, sends it up towards Andrew Delargy. Andrew Delargy takes the ball, sends a great ball in towards Dominic Delargy. Don Delargy had got away from Conor Gallagher there. He had lost the flight of the ball, looks inside, sends the ball across and sends the ball over the bar. What a ball off the left hand side. What a score from Don Delargy. Really reveling in his corner forward position there. He had players on but didn't take them. Ball pucked out here, sent away down the pitch. Cushendall now 6-all. At one stage they were 5 points down, but they've worked themselves right back into this game. Again, pressure, fear from St John's. Referee says there was a push there. Eamon Haggerty or Sean McKillop protests his innocence, but the referee's having none of it and says it's a free in. And St John's will certainly be glad to register the score here because it's some time since they have, and this should really be bread and butter issue for Kieran Johnston, who looks to be very comfortable in taking the free shots. Lifts, doesn't take it well actually, too casual from him. That was an opportunity, should have been taken, and as it is, Paddy McNaughton surges yet again way down the pitch. Then looks up, sends the ball down, and Cushendall playing really well at the moment. Sean McPhee comes onto the ball, and a through to Sean McPhee, looks up, cuts inside. Look there, he gets the ball. A good tackle there from Christopher McQuillan. Stopped him in his tracks, but Cushendall still under pressure here. Still applying the pressure, but out comes St John's with the ball. That was Luke Peden, but it's well broken down by Martin McAfee. Ball comes through there, out towards Andy McGowan. Andy McGowan sends the ball up towards his corner forwards. Back comes Cushendall, it's Dan Kenny. Dan Kenny looks up, sends the ball on his right hand side, but that goes as far as Donald Best. Donald Best out onto the ball now, cuts inside onto his right, plays the ball to Keir Johnson. That looked like a throw, and the referee says, not sure where he's given here. Looks like a free to St John's. I actually thought the St John's player had thrown the ball there, but there must have been an infringement earlier on. Kieran Johnson this time lifts it from a much harder and a much more acute angle, sends it left and sends it wide. Lost the momentum of the free taking he had early on there with that casual shot, the one that he should have slotted over, probably annoying. That was a more difficult opportunity there, but he has taken those earlier on. 20 minutes gone. Rory Oak 6, Niamh Owen St John's 6. We have a game. Conor McAllister, great pocket out against the one, sends it away up the pitch. Underneath it there was Owen Laverty, but picking up the pieces is Ronan McGrady. Takes it at the second attempt, kicks the ball up football style, goes as far as Michael Bradley. Michael Bradley plays the ball back towards Conal Morgan. Conal Morgan sends the ball up. First to react there is Eamon Haggerty. Out comes Eamon Haggerty onto it the second time. Good tackling by both teams. Ball breaks to Fergal Morgan. Fergal Morgan turns on his right hand side, looks up, sends the ball inside there. Conor moves onto it. Ball breaks through, but it comes towards Conor Grant. Conor Grant coming out with the ball on his right hand side. Well hooked there by the St John's player. Going through, that's Michael Bradley on the ball now for St John's. Looking up off his left hand side. Good pressure from Cushendall. Ball breaks through to St John's, who's very advanced here. Plays the ball across the square. The man goes to pull off his wrong side, can't get it. And Dan Kenny completes the clearance for Cushendall. Ball up as far as Martin McAfee. Martin McAfee looks up, sends a great ball up around the square. Sean McPhee's on. That's a great pitch. Sean McPhee's inside. Plays the ball through to Don Delargy. Don Delargy's on the ball. Looks up, and a good save there from Patrick Nugent. But what a break away from Cushendall there. Out came Dan Kenny, sent the ball up towards Martin McAfee. Martin McAfee sent the ball into brother Sean. And Sean found Dominic, and as Dominic got to the ball, the St John's keeper had done very well and advanced, closed down the angle, and the ball's out for a 7-day. It's all Cushendall at the moment. 6 points, play 6, 22 minutes gone, 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. Owen Laverty from 70 yards. Quite a prodigious player on the free ball. Lifts, strikes, sends it in. That looks to be going over the bar. That is over the bar. Owen Laverty puts his team into the lead for the first time here in the first half. 7 plays 6, 22 and a half minutes gone. Padraig Nugent in a hurry. This time sends it right up the middle. Underneath it there is Ronan, and that's well blocked back there by Owen Laverty. Through to Owen, well doubled on by Cahir McNaughton. The ball's through there. Good pressure from the Cushendall forwards yet again. Ball comes up towards here Jude White. Jude White looking to get away from his man. Turns onto his left hand side, sends a great ball in towards his forwards. Ball breaks down. Back there is Ronan McGrady picking up the pieces for Cushendall. Coming out with it, Ronan plays it football style, but only as far as the St John's player sends it back in with interest and sends it over the bar. Good score. And again, that's Andy McGowan picking up the pieces around the middle of the field. 7 plays 7, nip and tuck here. Neither team giving the other any or much advantage. Conor McAllister quite wisely calms things down in the Cushendall goal. Looks up, another great puck out from him, out the right hand side, out towards Owen McGrady, or Owen Laverty. Owen Laverty does well, but he's tackled there by Declan Cregan. The referee says unfairly, and it's a free to Cushendall. Very acute angle, but as I've said, Owen Laverty is quite a prodigious talent from the dead ball situation, so he'll fancy his chances here, even though he's from an acute angle and the wind into his face, and it is raining. Lifts, strikes, the ball's hanging, it's going left, it's going wide. Andrew McDargy can't keep it in despite his best efforts. Score remains 7-7, 24 minutes gone, 6 minutes left. Padraig Nugent's in a hurry. Wants to make the most of this advantage. Looks for Jude White. Jude White comes off his player. Looks up. That's a good tackle by Martin McAfee again. Back the ball goes. That's played up there well by Joe Garland. Joe Garland sends it forward. Eamon Haggerty first to meet, but Eamon Haggerty was impeded by Fergal Morgan. Well spotted by the referee, and it's a free to Cushendall. And yet again, Conor McAllister makes his way out from goals, but Paddy Naughton says, "It's okay, Conor, I'll deal with it this time." Paddy lifts, looking to send it away into his forwards. Looks, but Andrew Delargy unfortunately slips as he comes out to collect, and that's well cleared by Luke Peden. But back it comes, but unfortunately Paddy Naughton can't get onto it. Breaks through to Kieran Johnson. Kieran Johnson on a run in. Looks to hand pass the ball through. Gets it through there to Fergal. Mulvena Fergalman turns around and sends the ball over the bar. Sorry, that was brother Connor Johnston. Took that really well, coming off Sean McKillop. Edges Niamh Owen back into a slight lead. The slenderest lead you can have. 8-7, 25 minutes on the clock. Hard to believe that scoreline considering what it was after 5-6 minutes. Conor McAllister again, this time favours his left hand side. Up it comes. Ball breaks through there, comes through. Martin McAfee's there underneath the ball. Ball breaks, but the first to react is Jude White. Comes into the middle, comes to Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady does well, drops the ball. Luke Peden's under it, so's Andrew Delargy. Out there to collect it for Cushendall is good strong running from Kevin McKillop, but he's well dispossessed there by Colin Morgan. But in comes Andrew Delargy again with a good tackle. Looks inside, tries to get the ball back to him. Can't get it completed. Two St John's players here. The ball comes through to Joe Garland. Joe Garland sends the ball up, but Dan Kenny's first react slightly taken away from him there by Donald Best, and the referee says it was Dan that was holding on despite Dan's best attempts to get a free for Cushendall. St John's to take the free. Looks like Donald Best. Lifts, sends the ball diagonally across. Good ball, but out comes the Cushendall, but can't intercept it. Ball wrecks through to Fergal Morgan. Fergal Morgan looks dangerous from the left hand side. Looks up, but this time can't direct the ball where he wants it. The St John's corner forward tries to keep it in. Lockie McCurdy, but fails to do so. Score remains Cushendall 7 points, Niamh Owen 8 points. Puck out to be taken. Good puck out there. Sends it away up the far side. Paddy Blaney's underneath it. Gets to the ball. Looked to be fouled there, but the referee says play on. St John's wins advantage. Players intercept. Plays it across there, but it comes to Martin McAfee. Martin McAfee tries to get onto the ball. Wild swing from Martin there. And a slight altercation between him and the St John's player there. This could well be a throw-in between the two players because the St John's player reacted there. The referee's having a word with Martin McAfee. And yes, that's what the referee has decided. Two players. Refereed the game really well so far. Ball breaks through. And that's well won there by Andy McGowan, who's certainly done his part for St John's here in the first half. But Dan Kenny breaks up play. So does Paddy Blaney, gets possession of it. Well hooked there by the St John's midfield. Gets the ball through. Throwing Flaherty's onto it. Well blocked down there by Colin Morgan. Gets the ball through to Kieran Johnson. Kieran Johnson's well met there. Referee says unfortunately, but that looked to be a good tackle from Cushendall players on that occasion. And because of Cushendall's displeasure, the ball's moved forward 10 yards. Have to say, referee hasn't made many wrong decisions, but that one looked wrong on that occasion. Kieran Johnson's not worried. He's ready to take the free. Chance to put his team into a 2-point advantage as half-time beckons. Lifts, sends it in. Looks to be tailing to the left. Wide. Certainly he's lost his momentum from what he was doing because that one was straight in front of the goals, and in the early stages he was putting away the points with consummate ease. 29 minutes on the clock. 1 minute left plus whatever time the referee decides to add on. Can't be a great deal. One substitution is all I can remember in the first half stoppage. It's been good play from both teams here in this hotly contested the 2010 Minor Championship final. Ball played up there. Underneath it's Paddy McNaughton, does well, breaks the ball down towards Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady sends it up to Dominic Delargy. Dominic Delargy gets the ball, controls the ball, looks to play it inside to Owen Laverty. Really intelligent ball. Owen gets onto the ball, looking to get away from his marker, Conor Hagan. Looks up, sends it in, sends it over the bar. Great play again from Dom Delargy, and especially good play from Owen Laverty, who any time he's been on the ball has looked dangerous. Score now, Rory Og 8 points, Niamh Owen 8 points, dead level. And Cushendall certainly must be the happier of the two teams here, considering the way both teams started. One seems to have died, mind you, here in the end of this first half. Flag's very dead. Martin McPhee's underneath it, but that's well pulled through by Jude White. First to react is Paddy McNaughton. Comes across, looks inside, goes around his man, Conor Johnson. Conor Johnson looks to cut him off, but Paddy McNaughton has too much pace. Sends the ball up towards Kevin McKillop. Kevin McKillop gets onto it, comes to Owen Laverty. Owen Laverty fails to pick on it. One-handed lift there. Ball sent through. Underneath it's Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady doesn't get to it. Instead comes to Martin McPhee. Martin McPhee gets the ball out towards Paddy McNaughton. Paddy McNaughton plays the ball to Eamon Haggerty. And as he declares it, referee Thompson blows his whistle for the end of the first half. Great display by both teams, but an especially good comeback by the Cushendall team. Scored half time, Rory Og 8, Niamh Owen 8 points. And referee Compson gets the second half underway here. The game finally balanced, 8 points each. Both teams going at it, hammer and tongs. Dan Kenny delivers the ball up, but the ball goes out over the sideline. Early exchanges will be important to both teams here. Move of the first half certainly came from Cushendall, with Dom Delargy going into corner forward and Martin McPhee coming out to the middle of the field, and both positions benefit as a result of the switch. That's well taken there by Jude Garland, sends away up the pitch towards his players. Ball breaks around the middle of the field, comes to Donald Best, but Donald Best can't get a stick to it. Comes towards Ronan McGrady, but he can't get it away. Comes to, that's well blocked down there by the Cushendall forward, but the St John's backs are coming out with the ball. Send the ball up, across there's Paddy McNaughton. Paddy McNaughton goes across, shows good control. Again, goes one of these big long bursting run, sends the ball in towards Sean McAfee. Sean McAfee lifts the ball, gets it at the second attempt, the third attempt, he's still there. Been harassed there by Christopher McQuillan. Christopher McQuillan eventually wins the ball, gets the ball under control, surges out with the ball. The referee says he's unhappy and it's a free out to St John's. I think he felt that Sean McAfee was over robust there in his challenge, and so Patrick Nugent leaves the goalkeeper berth and comes out beyond the 21-yard line, way over in the far side from the stand, and no doubt he'll be looking to send this ball in around his forwards. Lifts the ball, great strike from Podrick, sends it away up around the Cushendall half-back line. That's well snatched out of there by Kieran Johnson, moves inside, they're going to get away from the Cushendall marker. The ball drops, comes through there, and there's Conor Grant. Conor Grant plays very intelligent, sends the ball out in the wing. It's a race here, it's well taken by the St John's player. That's sent in, but of course comes Eamon Haggerty, but can't take it cleanly, and Lockie McCurdy's shot is deflected out over the end line. So St John's have an opportunity here from the 70 to record the first score of the second half. The man entrusted that with looks to be Declan Cregan. Referee moves him into a more central position. Declan checks he's okay. Lifts, sends the ball high, looks to be tailing away to the right hand side. Tailing away it is, and no score. Score remains at 8 points each. 2.5 minutes gone here in the second half. Similar period to the first half, St John's had recorded 2-3 scores, having raced into an early lead, but pegged back as the half wore on by a determined Cushendall outfit. Conor McAllister. Looks like he's going to send the ball down his left hand side. He does send it down the left hand side. Underneath it there is Kevin McKillop. The ball breaks through. Breaks out towards Cahir McNaughton, but Cahir McNaughton, the referee says, loose swing from Cahir, and looks like he's awarded another free to St John's. I think there was some confusion there. Some people thought it was a Cushendall. The players, I think, thought it was a Cushendall free. A little bit mystified, but situation has been corrected. Good free there taken by Colin Morgan. Sends the ball up around his forwards. It's breaking loose there. Ball comes to Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady does well to clear the ball off his left hand side. Cahir McNaughton swings there. Ball's broken down. Well taken away from him by his marker there. Joe Garland sends the ball up. And Cushendall's Eamon Haggerty tries to get the ball out by football, by whatever means. He's taking the ball out, and it correctly comes off as St John's player. Well played, Eamon Haggerty. Stuck at his task manfully there and won the sideline for Cushendall. Fergal Morgan looked very sharp in the first half, so Eamon certainly has his hands filled here as the second half progresses. Sideline to be taken. Good sideline. Sends it away up through, but there's a loose St John's man comes to meet the ball. Comes out, sends the ball up towards, but Dan Kenny's in there. Nice flick through by the St John's player. Ball comes out, and a good pressure again upon the ball. Dan Kenny puts the ball out over the set line. Donald Best couldn't get the ball up there. Sorry, it was Lockie McCurdy was on the ball there. Slightly difficult to read the St John's numbers. Andy McGowan, very prominent in the first half, also took some important crucial scores for St John's. Andy's a man in a hurry, wants to take this sideline. St John's playing well at the moment. That short ball doesn't make the goal of 12 yards, but ball breaks through. St John's on the way through, and it's Kieran Johnson. Well, there is a question mark over there at the St John's sideline. Actually travelled 12 yards, didn't look to, but they got away with it, and doing so they earned the free for themselves. This free to be taken by Kieran Johnson, who took some great frees early on in the first half, but almost missed a couple of easy ones towards the end. Has he restored his confidence? St John's look to make a second sub here. Michael Lyons looks like he's going to enter the fray here for St John's, number 18. Kieran Johnson meanwhile lifts, strikes, sends the ball across the face of the goal and wide. So St John's refuse another opportunity to go into the lead. We have almost 6 minutes gone here, and no team has scored at the beginning of the second half. On goes Michael Lyons, and it looks like Lockie McCurdy is the man to make way. Conor McAllister, great puck out, favours the left hand side again, looking to pick out Andrew Delargy. Andrew Delargy's underneath it, but that's well broken down on Andrew by Luke Peden. Sends the ball up towards Spur, but on it there's Martin McAfee, hits the ball off the St John's player, and that'll be a sideline to Cushendall. Really the game has failed to spark into life here. There was a first minute or so there was really hammer and tongs, but since then it has really died off the pace and has yet to ignite the way that it did in the first half. Cushendall with the sideline. Martin McPhee takes it, doesn't get it very far, goes through towards Kieran Johnson. Kieran Johnson making his way through is obstructed by the Cushendall player, and it's a free to St John's. Well, maybe a score by either team, and it looks at the moment St John's would be the more likely. This to be taken by Jude White. So St John's have changed the free taker, and Jude White now assumes responsibility. Lifts, strikes, doesn't get the full purchase on it, it's dropping free. Paddy McNaughton stretches high, looks to get away from all the St John's players, not for the first time, comes out the left hand side, lobs the ball up underneath there. Cahir McNaughton looks to take it, but the linesman seemed to indicate that it was out, but then took his flag down. St John's trying to get it up, but the ball comes through towards Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady's coming out with the ball, and again ball put out by the St John's player. But I think the referee's intercepted here to give a free again. Must have been a case of obstruction there, because Jude White, yet again, to try his luck, must be 40 yards out, 50 yards almost. 8 minutes gone, no score recorded here in this second half. Jude White again falls short, dropping dangerously in around the square, but Eamon Haggerty blocks the ball down, comes out, nicks it out through there to Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady does well, makes space for himself, clears the ball, but it's all up in the air. Ball breaks through there. Cushendall players on the ball. Cahir McNaughton does well to put pressure when there wasn't a lot of pressure. Now Cushendall try to make their way out, and the ball breaks through. St John's applying most of the pressure, but a loose hand pass sends them further back. Good pressure from the Cushendall forwards. Ball gets up to St John's. St John's sends the ball in towards full forward Conor Johnson. Eamon Haggerty can't get it out. Instead it comes to Paddy McNaughton. Paddy McNaughton's doing a great job there at centre half. Filling in his full back, breaks the ball down, but the ball breaks through there, through towards Sean McPhee. Sean McPhee can't get the ball up, does so. Good pressure again from the Cushendall forwards. Andrew Delargy's in there. Cushendall forwards working really higher on scraps at the moment. Wall, ball's played back there towards Joe Garland. Joe Garland sends the ball up, taken there by Kieran Johnson, steps inside, sends the ball across the field. Onto it there's Andy McGuyan. Andy McGuyan looks to get the ball free. Eamon Haggerty intercepts, ball comes back to Andy McGuyan, taken away from him by Eamon Haggerty, breaks through to Ronan McGrady. Ronan McGrady sends the ball well up the field, but out over the sideline, of the sideline to St John's. 9, almost 10 minutes gone, and still no score in the second half. Score remains locked at 8 points to 8 points. Cushendall also look like they're going to make a sub, and it looks like it'll be Owen Campbell, the man to come in. Number 22 for St John's, Darren Flynn, makes his way onto the field of play. Owen Campbell's on for Cushendall as they look to inject new blood into this final. It looks like Declan Tragan's the man to make way for the St John's sub. Ball breaks through. That's great work there from Sean McPhee, working really hard, and the Cushendall forwards at the moment are living off scraps. And the man Cushendall have replaced is Ronan McGrady. And the ball played through there. Ball breaks out, comes out too, and that's well put over by Andy McGuyan. Andy McGuyan, the man to break the deadlock here, with 11 minutes of the second half gone. Score now, 9 plays 8. As Owen Campbell comes in to play around the middle of the field. Ball played out. Underneath it there is Owen Laverty. We haven't really seen much of him in the second half. Gavin McKillop pulls the ball. That's broke through by Owen Campbell. Ball comes out to Cahir McNaughton. Well stepped around there by Jude Garland. Sends the ball up. That's good play by St John's. Ball in towards Conor Johnson. And there steps up. St John's making inroads here now. Eamon Haggerty does well to hold him up. Plays the ball across. Ball comes towards Paddy McNaughton. He seemed to be obstructed as he's making his way out there, but the referee says play on. Again, ball broken through there by the sub for St John's. Ball breaks out, Paddy McNaughton's onto it, but good pulling again by Andy McGuyan, who's having a great game for St John's. Ball comes inside. There's the sub going through, but well played by Paddy Blaney, and well cleared there by Eamon Haggerty, who also is playing really well for Cushendall. And again, St John's at the moment lording it round the middle of the field. Ball breaks through, comes through there towards, again St John's doing their best, but good pressure from Kevin McKillop, and Paddy Blaney comes in, tries to get the ball cleared, does so at the second attempt, but the ball breaks out to Colin Morgan. Colin Morgan lifts it, sends it across. Quite scrappy at the moment, sends the ball in. That's taken by the substitute. Ball breaks through to Jude White. Jude White looking to come inside. And looks to be hauled down by Paddy McNaughton there, and that'll be a free to St John's despite Paddy's protestations. They look to free from here. 12 minutes gone. St John's 9 points, Cushendall 8 points. Jude White lifts and strikes and sends it over the bar to give his team a 2-point advantage. And really no more than St. John's deserve, because Cushendall at the moment are struggling to get the ball beyond the halfway line. The high flags are blowing really strong in the wind, but low down the flag seemed to. Sean McPhee's underneath that, but that was well broken away from by Christopher McQuillan. Out it comes there towards Jude White, but Jude White again can't get it, comes through. But that's good reaction there by number 19 Conor Gallagher. Sends the ball, clears it way up the field. Ball breaks through there. St. John's at the moment looking to get away, but that's well won away. Ball played up towards Andrew Delargy. Luke Peden goes across, but doesn't have to get to it because the ball's out over the sideline. Well, that was better from Cushendall at that. They kept it inside. Short sideline again by St. John's. Quick thinking, but the ball's well broken down by the hard work, and Sean McPhee had a great game there for Cushendall. And again the ball comes through and it's on the side. Well cleared there. Sean McPhee's back onto the ball, quicking for goals there. Looks inside, plays the ball across. Ball comes towards, and that's well saved, but it's breaking in. Good goal by Cushendall. Predatory instincts there. St. John's protest looking for a back, but that was well put away by Sean McPhee. About there's a consultation at the moment about square ball, and the referee says it's a goal. 1-8 plays 10 points. Well, having failed to get in, Cushendall was incisive, and Sean McPhee was the man that was instrumental there. He worked and he worked and he worked, and eventually the ball broke to him. First man of his shot was Kevin McKillop. Nugent saved well, but as it came back out, Sean stuck it into the back of the net. 1-8 plays 10 points. Cushendall back in the lead. Ball breaks through there. Dan Kinney's coming through onto it. Again, up comes St. John's, coming out again. Plays the ball out up towards his forwards. Again, Cushendall now have a spring in their step. The ball breaks out towards Michael Lyons. Michael Lyons looks up, swings the ball in. Looked like it was going over the bar, but swung to the right at the last moment and goes wide. "15 minutes gone." Really, the game hadn't sparked into the life that we had in the first. Wasn't the game that it had been. Now we have game on again. Ball breaks through. Cushendall reacts. Owen Campbell's onto it there. Following up is Andrew Delargy. Andrew Delargy plays the ball in towards Owen Campbell. Owen Campbell's onto the ball, looking to break through. Can't get the ball up. One-handed. In there goes Sean McPhee again. Physical presence there. Breaks the ball through to Andrew Delargy. Andrew Delargy can't keep the ball in play, and it's a sideline to St. John's. Well, certainly any time they get the ball to Sean McPhee, he's looking dangerous here today. He's hungry for the ball. This to be taken by Luke Peden. Luke Peden looks up the pitch, sends it. Not a good ball. Comes to Andrew Delargy, but Andrew Delargy loses it. Ball breaks through towards Cahir McNaughton there, but the referee says there's a foul. Cahir can't believe it, throws his arms up in disbelief. Padraig Nugent, meanwhile, no time to waste, comes out, looking to send this ball up around his forwards. Referee puts linesman puts him back. Padraig Nugent to take the free for St. John's. 1 point the difference. Rory Rogan the lead. 17 minutes gone. Lifts, strikes, great ball, high in the air. Paddy McNaughton's underneath it for Cushendall, but the ball goes out over the sideline and wide. Advantage back with Cushendall. Sideline, not a good sideline, but Paddy Penny rescues the situation for Cushendall. Steps inside, lobs the ball up towards Andrew Delargy. Andrew Delargy gets the ball through, but Harbin there again. Onto it comes Andrew Delargy. Sean McPhee's alongside him. Ball fed into Sean McPhee. Sean McPhee plays the ball across, but that's well intercepted by Christopher McQuillan. Christopher McQuillan coming out with the ball, and I think it's accidentally tripped by Kevin McKillop, but a free out it will be. St. John's in a hurry. Conal Morgan wants to take this. So does Padraig Nugent. Conal Morgan wins the day. Him to deliver the ball up around his forwards. Lifts, strikes it. Underneath it there is Martin McAfee. Martin McAfee gets, but doesn't get it down. Jude White gets a stick to it. Jude White trying to break it through in the burst, but the ball breaks out to Cahir McNaughton. Cahir McNaughton takes a wild swing, should have had the ball up, gets it up at the second attempt. Plays a better ball up, that ball around Luke Peden. Andrew Delargy's trying to get to it. Does get to it. Luke Peden fails to get it up. Does at the third attempt. Sends the ball up. That ball goes towards Jude White. Jude White again, very prominent here. Looks inside, but falls. Drops on the ball. Again, picks it up. Looking to get away from his markers. Plays the ball diagonally across there. In comes a number of Cushendall players. That's well picked up by Dan Kenny. Plays the ball up, but it's taken inside there. Good play by Owen Laverty. Stops the ball. But again, it's number 19. Conor Gallagher sends the ball up round. That was missed by Paddy McNaughton. Plays the ball in, loose hand pass, comes towards Martin McAfee. Martin McAfee lifts, sends the ball up. Underneath it there's Owen Laverty. Ball breaks. Cushendall players again broke the wrong direction. Great ball played out the wing, comes to Dom Delargy. We haven't seen Dom. Dom gets the ball. Looks inside, there's a man free, sends the ball in. That's a great looking ball towards Kevin McKillop. Kevin McKillop just turned the wrong way at the wrong moment. Again, breaks up, sends it in. Plays the ball across the square, but that's tidied up by St John's and the ball comes out. Opportunity lost for a score there in the goal. Ball breaks through, Brell breaks down, up comes Paddy McNaughton. Lifts the ball, surges forward, got time in his hands. Looks up and sends it over the bar. Great score from Paddy McNaughton. 1-9 plays 10 points. Cushendall player on the deck. Cushendall lead by 2 points. 1-9 plays 10 points. Great score, inspirational score there from Paddy McNaughton. The ball broke to him, he was on it like a shot and delivered the ball, dispatched it expertly over the bar. 1-9 plays 10 points, 12-10, 20 minutes gone. Patrick Nugent sends it away out his right hand side, looking to pick out Jude White. Jude White's underneath it, but that's well broken down by Martin McPhee. Onto it there comes Cushendall players, breaks through. Back there going is Damon Haggerty. Eamon does well, plays the ball up. Again, St John's, Kieran Johnson's in again, looking for it, makes space for himself. Plays it across to Jude White. Jude White looks up, sends the ball in, and sends the ball over the bar. To reduce the deficit to a 1 point game. 12 points, plays 11. Good play there by Jude White. Conor McAllister look to get Cushendall on the march again. High puck out here underneath the stand. Owen Laverty goes to it. Ball's broken down, but it comes towards Martin McPhee. Martin can't get the ball up. St John's players around him. That ball breaks through there towards Owen Laverty. Plays it to Dan Kenny. Dan Kenny gets the ball. Plays it to Sean McPhee. Sean McPhee plays a clever ball through to Owen Campbell. Owen Campbell looks up, offside. Moves inside, gets the ball, good. Plays it out towards Dominic Delargy. Dom just quick to slow to react there. Can't get the ball up, sends away, clears it down the line. That ball's underneath it, that's well taken there by Jude White. Jude White again, big man for St John's at the moment, and the referee says this swing by Cushendall players. Jude White having a great game for St John's. Has been instrumental in dragging them back into this game. Got an opportunity now to level the game. 50 yards out on a acute angle. He's in a hurry to get working. Lifts the ball, strikes it, looks to be on target. It is on target, over the bar. Jude Lynch and Jude White and Andy McGuire now do their best to raise the spirits of their colleagues round about them. 1-9 plays 12 points. Game locked yet again. Great puck out by Connor, sends it straight up the middle this time. Sean McPhee's underneath it, breaks the ball, takes it off an amazing run. Colin Morgan's round him there. Looked like it was loose swing there. Sean gets it at the second attempt. Sends the ball in around Kevin McKillop territory. Ball breaks through there. Comes out towards Gallagher. Gallagher looks up. Sends the ball up the pitch. Paddy Blinny's underneath it. Looks to get away from the play. It's moving inside there. Looked to be a foul. The referee says no foul. Ball coming out. Comes towards Martin McAfee. Martin McAfee looks high lobbing ball in around the square. It's broken down. Onto it comes Owen Laverty. Owen Laverty looks to make a bit of space for himself. Loses the ball in the meantime. Runs the ball back. Steps inside the man. Steps the ball inside. But again, the balls can't take it. And St John's eventually happy to clear the ball out over the end line. Intelligent play by Owen Laverty there. And perhaps Cushendall should just think about somebody in the centre position there with the killer touch, because when they go get the ball in around the square, it looks dangerous. "24 minutes played. Score: Cushendall 1-9, St John's 12 points. This game looks like it's come down to the wire." Owen Laverty to take this free for Cushendall. Owen Laverty takes it, sends it straight over the bar. Great score from Jude Laverty, or Owen Laverty. Jude White meanwhile. He and Martin McPhee seem to be exchanging pleasantries here in front of us. And Cushendall look to make a substitution here. Looks like Sean Delargy is about to enter the fray, number 18. St John's meanwhile make a substitution as well. So both teams trying to get fresh legs on the pitch. Score: Cushendall 110, 13 points, plays St John's 12. As Andrew Delargy making way. Andrew shipped a heavy tackle there, but he's really run his guts out there in the game. Gets a great round of applause from the Cushendall supporters. 26 minutes on the clock. Ball pucked out here in front of the stand. Underneath it, the ball broken down to go straight to Colin Morgan. Colin Morgan looks up, sends the ball down towards the corner forward. Corner forward, Fergal Morgan reacts, steps inside, looking to make space for himself. He looks for a player, gets it towards Connor, coming inside, steps inside, Lochkeeler. Oh, what a tackle from Paddy McNaughton. Looked like the St John's man just had to pull the trigger there, and it was a goal. But at the last moment, a great interception by Paddy McNaughton. Just took the ball away from when he must have been seeing goal written all over it. Still look, there's Niamh Owen applying the pressure. Dangerous ball played in there, but it's played wide. What an interception, what a tackle by Paddy McNaughton. Reminiscent of the great tackle down in by Aaron Graffin down in De La Salle last year. That was absolutely brilliant. Timing, everything about it. Could that be a match-winning save there by Paddy McNaughton? Conor McAllister sends the ball out. We now have 27 minutes in the clock. The ball breaks through. St John's men working hard to try. Michael Bradley's in there, trying to get the ball up for his team. Cushendall's there as well, wins the ball. Sean McPhee's there. Sean McPhee tries to get the ball, but that looks to be, and it's a sideline too. And again, Michael Bradley tried to take the law into his own hands there. Nothing really much, and it just slightly handbags. Referee has the situation under control. Sideline to St John's. Almost. St John's to take the sideline. Not a good sideline. Comes to Owen Campbell. Owen Campbell does well. Lifts the ball and wins the free for Cushendall. St John's not happy with that free. 28 minutes in the clock. Owen Laverty must be 70 yards out. Lifts the ball, strikes it. It's high, it's in around the square, it's dropping. It's up and right. The referee says that time. Cushendall players in before the ball. Square ball. 28 and a half minutes gone. St. John's in a hurry. Nugent lifts the ball, sends it up the field. Paddy McNaughton's underneath it for Cushendall. Ball breaks through, comes towards Kieran Johnson. Kieran Johnson sends the ball up. Eamon Haggerty does well there, gets onto the ball, gets it up, sends a good clearance, gets the ball up towards. That's well taken by Cara McNaughton. Cara McNaughton plays the ball up towards Sean Delargy. Sean Delargy trying to get onto the ball, can't get onto it. Luke Peden does well, turns inside, looks to clear the ball. That's well played by Sean McPhee, but the ball's broken down there towards Owen Campbell. Owen Campbell can't get to the ball. It's Andy McGovern for St. John's. Plays the ball up along the sideline, but the ball's out, and that'll be a sideline to Cushendall. 29 minutes 12 seconds the clock reads. The game, 1 point difference. Cushendall have that 1 point advantage. It's a slender lead. Paddy McNaughton to take the sideline for Cushendall. Plays the ball up, what a sideline. Goes through, Sean Delargy can't get to it. Comes towards Colin Morgan. Colin Morgan plays the ball cross field. Doesn't get this man, but it picks out St. John's player. St. John's player, Dan Kenny making a struggle for it here. Does well to get the ball up towards Sean McKillop. Sean McKillop can't get the ball properly cleared. Dominic Delargy coming towards the ball, can't get to it. That ball's broken up there, taking it underneath. It's Dan Kenny again. Dan Kenny can't get to it. The ball breaks to Jude White. Jude White turns around, loses the ball. That looks to be a free, and it's a throw. And the referee says free out to Cushendall. Well, Jude White has played his heart out for St. John's, but on that occasion fouled the ball. 110 plays, 12 points. We're now into extra time, 30 minutes and 23 seconds the clock reads. Conor McAllister leaves his position. He'll be looking to leave this ball in around the square. Young Jude White has cramped, but it's no shame for him because he's played a mammoth game out there. Maybe some time added on for this injury. We've now played 31 minutes. Conor McAllister, Cushendall's netminer, gets ready to take this free for Cushendall. Lifts it, strikes it, great ball, up around the three-quarter line. Ball breaks down, onto it comes Sean McPhee. Sean McPhee looks up, sends a great ball in. Kevin McKillop drops the ball, everybody had moved in. Then turns the ball out the ball comes towards St. John's defender. He plays the ball up round, and again St. John's players the first to react. Fergal Morgan looks to get away from the attentions of Conor Grant. Conor Grant turns him inside. Ball's lobbed in around the square. Dan Kenny's underneath it. Breaks the ball down, trying to get the ball away, but the referee says it's a free to St. John's. Says the Cushendall player attempted to lift it off the ground. So with 32 minutes on the clock, St. John's have the opportunity to get the equaliser. You had the feeling 1 point was never going to be enough to win this game going into the final dying moments. St. John's get themselves into position here to equalise. Jude White right in front of goals. Lifts, sends it over the bar. Scores are level. 110 plays, 13 points. Referee now has played 2.5 minutes of extra time. Interesting to see how much time is actually left. Great puck out by Conor McAllister. Looks up. Cushendall players underneath it. Kevin McKillop. St. John's are looking now to get the winner maybe. He's played the ball inside. Cushendall break up that. Onto it comes Owen Campbell. Owen McCampbell looks to break down the play. Does very well indeed. Gets the ball up. Looks to play it inside, but can't be taken by Sean Delargy. And St. John's clear their lines. The ball's up around the middle of the park. In steps there. That's well taken. And Cushendall are breaking through. Paddy McNaughton sends the ball in. Sends the ball over the bar. What a score from Paddy McNaughton. saves the ball at one end and then scores at the other. 111 plays 13 points. Ball poked out again. We've now played over 3 minutes. Ball's round the middle of the field. St. John's have to equalise again. The ball's round the square. That's broken down. Well taken. Sean McKillop has to get it cleared. Anywhere does. Out over the sideline. Almost 4 minutes played. Hard to know where the referee's getting the time from. Sideline to be taken by St. John's. Jude White's in a hurry. We have played 3 3/4 minutes. And again, sideline. Linesman putting him back. Again, eating into time. Jude White to take the sideline. Takes it. Sends the ball up around. And again, the ball breaks through. Comes towards Cahir McNaughton. Cahir McNaughton playing deep. Sends the ball back in. The ball's lobbed in. That ball looks dangerous going in towards. And it's taken there by Andy McGuyan. And Andy McGuyan sends it wide. Unbelievably, what a St. John's best man in front of goal. Sends the ball wide. We've now played almost 4.5 minutes. The referee doesn't look to be in any hurry. Neither is Conor McAllister. He's taking his time. Ready to send the ball out. Lifts, strikes, and the referee blows his whistle. What a victory by Cushendall. 111 plays 13. And surely much credit must go to Paddy McNaughton. He saved a certain goal at one end. When it looked at St. John's, it snatched it all. Up came Paddy, stepped up to the mark and sent the winning point over the bar. Great game by both teams. And Cushendall come out winners on a scoreline of 111 to 13 points. That was some interception up at the top there, wasn't it? A certain goal high, you'd thought.
They have to win.